Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today you are going to learn how to cut and sew this dress. Please do subscribe, like and share this video for me. We are going to make use of this fabric called Paradise, and I'm using 3 yards of it. Yes, so what I'm doing is to fold it to the length that I want, 40 plus the back is 14 divided by 2 making 7, so I added 10 inches to the 40 making 50. So I folded it to that, and then I have folded it in a triangular form. Do you get it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the back measurement on it. So the length is 40. I added 10 to it making 50, and so I am measuring the back, and it's 14 divided by 2, 7. And so with the 7 I added half inch to it to make it 7.5. so what I'm marking is 7.5 straight. Yes, and I'm going to place the neck width of 3 inches, and I'll make a neck dip of 3 inches for the front, and then 1.5 for the back. Yes, and so we are going to join the neck back, and then we'll join the front also. Okay, so we are joining the front, and so at the end of the day, when you open up, it's going to be 100 inches. So I'm going to measure 1 inch for shoulder slope, and I'm going to join it to the neck width. Okay, then I'm placing the armhole. So the armhole is 9 inches, and then I'm going to use my armhole curve to curve it to the shoulder. Yes, where the shoulder slope is. Okay, and I'm going to measure and get the middle of it. So everything is 9, so I'm going to mark 4.5. that is, the middle will be 4.5, and then I'll measure half inch inward. Yeah, 0.5 inward, and I'm going to join it with the curve also. So that's going to be for front armhole. So that's front armhole, and the first one is back armhole. Okay, so I'm going to measure the length of it. So place it at where you took the neck measurement, and I'm measuring 40 inches. The 40 inches, at the end of the day, I'll have 39, because I also half inch at the neck area, the shoulder, and then the half inch will be for overlock. So I'm going to cut now. So I'll just cut the shoulder. Just follow what you've done, and then I'll cut the back neck first. So that is the upper one, so you cut that one first, and I'm going to cut the back armhole. So we are going to cut the length also. So just place the length of it, and then we are cutting it. Okay, so this is it. So we'll take it to the table and then continue from there. And so I'm going to divide that part into 2. Yes, and then I'll take the front from the back one, then take the front neck, and then the front armhole as well. So I'm going to fold it and then take the front neck and then the front armhole. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to create a slit at the back neck so that my client can easily wear, and I measured 5 inches. So I'm going to yes, create that slit, and then I'll place a piece of fabric there to cut facing for it. Yes, and so we are going to cut facing in order not for it to shift. It's very necessary to pin it, and so I'll just cut it. Then I'm going to take the pins and then take it off. And then we are going to trim that part. Yes, and that'll be it for our facing for the back. Yes, and so what I'll do is place it this way, and then I'll place the back pattern on it, arrange it very well, and we are going to sew. But I'm not going to sew that part. Yes, I'm not going to sew the neckline. I'm just going to sew the slit line. Yes, so I'm just going to sew the slit line. And then after I will turn it and then give it a top stitch. So this is for the sleeve. I have a length of 22. Yes, the sleeve length is 22, and I have exactly 22. I'm going to add a band of 4 to 5 inches to it, and so this is the band. So I have 6 inches, and so folded into two. So when you open up, it's going to be 12. Yes, so you can, I'm going to make it between 4 and 5 inches width. Okay, and then this one too is the armhole. The armhole divided into two plus 2 inches allowance, or yes, so I'm placing 4 inches there, or you can make it armhole divided by 2 plus 4 inches, because at the end of the day we are going to gather it. And so I'm just using freehand to join from the shoulder to the 4 inch that I measured. The 4 inch is a standard thing. Yes, and I'm going to create a front armhole. So I am drawing it again, a second armhole curve, to get 2 armhole curves. One will be for front and one will be for back armhole. What you can also do is just take your tape measure and then measure the first armhole curve you will draw, measure it all through, and then divide it into 2. And so this is 13. And so when you divide it into 2, you are going to have 6.5, and then you come in by ½ inch, 0.5, and then you draw it to join it. Yes, and that'll be, so we are going to cut the first one. And so the first one will serve as back armhole. Yes, you know, when we're doing the dress armhole, we did both the back and front armhole. We are creating a notch, and then after you open it into 2, so this is 2 sleeves together. Yes, and we are going to cut the other side and then get front armhole as well. Yes. Okay, and so this is for the sleeve. So when you fold it, you see one is high, one is low. So this is what you are going to use for the gathers at the neck area, and I'm going to join the middle there. Yes, I'm going to join it. And then I will fold it this way. After joining the middle, I'm going to fold it this way. The line will not show outside. The line will not show. I will turn it. That one will face the dress. And so I will fold it this way. and then what I'll do is to gather it. Yes, and so the length is 8 inches. 8 inches. Okay, so this is the dress, and the front part, that is the front part. And so what you're going to do is we are going to measure from shoulder to under bust. That is where the ruffle will be, and that's going to be 13. So I measure shoulder to under bust 13. You can let it go a bit, and then I'm dividing the shoulder into 2, so I measure 2 inches, and then from there I'm going to slant it, make it like a V shape to meet the 13, and that's going to be 15. And so 15 on this side, and then 15 on the other side, to making 30. So at the end of the day, the ruffle, we are going to gather to get 30. And so when you measure and you get a 30, it means you can decide to times it by 2 to get the width of it. This I'm going to either overlock it, or you can fold the edges, that is the down part of the dress, and then sew on top. And so like I was saying, when you measure and you get the measurement, like I got 30, I times it by 3, or you can times it by 2, and that will be how much you need for your ruffle. This is it for the sleeve side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather the down part to meet to be equal with this. That one is 10 inches, so 10 inches. So I'll gather to 10 inches, or I'll gather to I said 10 inches is 11 inches, and the upper part to the shoulder too, I'll gather for it to be equal with the shoulder or the armhole width. See, I join it, and then so I'm done gathering it. This is it. You see, okay. So this is the front part of it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and then it's going to be like this way. Okay, now I'm going to take it to this, you see, and then take it to this part also this way. So I'm going to sew on it. Now you can decide to do it this way, sew on it, and then when you finish, you use bias on top to secure it. Better still, you can turn it this way, you see, and then you will sew on it. You will sew on it, then after you will turn it this way, you see, and then when you turn it this way, you give it a top stitch. And so that's how I'm going to do it. But before then, I will knit the ends, the edges. I'll knit it and then place it on it this way. This way, and then sew on it. Sew on it. So this way. So I'm going to sew it this way. Then after I will turn it this way, it's going to be like this. You see? It's going to be like this. So I'll do that and then we'll continue. Okay guys, so here is it. I'm done attaching that to it. So this is it. See, this is it. What I'm going to do is to attach the back to it, and the back too I have attached the facing to it. So this is the facing, you see. So this is the back, the facing. So what I'll do is I'm going to attach shoulder to shoulder this way. So I'm going to sew on top this way. So this side will come in like ½ inch, you see. Sew this way on top on a ½ inch this way. So then when I finish, instead of placing this on top, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this back. So I'll take it back this way. That's the facing. Take it back this way, you see, so that the front one will be in the middle, and I will sew on top this way. So I'm going to do it this way. So the front shoulder will be in between the back and the facing. Then when I finish, I'll just join side together, the side this way. I'll join it together. Okay, so this is the sleeve. I have done one of the sleeves, you see. So this is the other one that I'm going to do. So what I'll do is I'm going to gather the upper part here, but I won't start the gathering from here. I'll leave about 2 inches and then gather up to this, also 2 inches here. Same thing I did for this side, you see. Okay, so I'm going to gather it up to 18. Everything after gathering, everything should be 18. And then I'll come to the down part here, the sleeve side. Then I'll come to the wrist side, the down part here. I have this here, when you measure, is 11 inches. 11. So what I have here is almost 11. Okay, and so I'll gather this to be equal with this. Do you get it? And then after, I'll just take this and I will first place this one here. When it's equal with this, then I will sew on top. Then after, I will take this, fold this side this way, place it on top this way, and sew everything so that it will hide, the seam will hide inside. And so I'll do that and then we'll continue. Okay guys, so I'm done joining front and back together, and I've attached one of the sleeves. So I'm going to attach the next one. So this is it after the gathers on top and the down and joining the band to it. This is what I measured, ½ inch here, and join it to this 1 inch. This here is 4.5, so all together will be 9. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to attach it to the dress, turn it inside or outside. So I'm going to attach it armhole to armhole this way. The same, and I'm going to sew it all around. While I'm sewing, I'll be arranging the gathers, you see, and sew it all around to this. Then the next thing to do is to attach the neck, that is collar. So this one, what I did was I felt the neck width, the neck is a bit wide, so I held 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here, and also 1/4 inch here, you see. And so what I have is 16.
I have 16 in all. So when I bring it here, I think it's 16.5 or so. Yes, okay, 17. And so I have this one here. The width is 3 inches altogether. The width is 3 inches, so when you open up, it's going to be 6 inches. And then this is 18, so I'll sew half inch here and sew half inch here. And what I'll do is, before I sew, I'm going to fold this way. I want 1 inch, so I'll fold to get 1 inch and then iron on top and then cut the excess. And so I have this, I'm going to use it as a loop. So what I'll do is, I'm going to sew this inside this way. So I'll fold it this way, then take it here, and I'm going to sew on it. And this is going to be folded into 1 inch, you see. So I'll sew this and then cut the excess. I'll iron and do that, and then secure this part also. And so I'll do that, and then we'll attach it to the neck. So this is it for the neck. Okay, so what I'll do is just pick the dress, and I'm going to attach it from the inside this way here, and sew it all through. This way. And sew up to the end. When I finish, I'll open it up this way and push this inside, place it on top this way, you see, and sew everything through. Then attach a button, and that will be all. So I'll do that and we'll continue.